still says recording pause.
Here we go.
I figured it out.
Progress.
Progress, yes. Well, good afternoon and good evening, everyone. On behalf of Women in International Trade, Orange County, I'm honored to welcome you all to our AI virtual masterclass. It is titled, You Are What You Eat, Reimagining Marketing and Sales with AI. My name is Simona Rasek, and I have the privilege of serving as the chair of Women in International Trade, Orange County, also known as WITOC. I also work in the global trade space every day. I'm an export consultant. I'm the co-CEO of Semaris Trade, where I support companies grow internationally with the right strategies, the right tools, and the right marketing sites. At WITOC, we truly believe that preparing for the future means understanding the future. So today, future is being shaped by AI, digital transformation, and global customer behavior. That's why we're bringing leaders like Hema Dey today to make sure that our community stays informed, and not just informed, but to stay competitive. A few words about WITOC, about our organization. We have been around since 1985. We are affiliated with the Organization of Women in International Trade, OWIT International. Our role is to foster international trade and the advancement of women in business and trade. We have served the Southern California community for the past 35 plus years. We bring in educational resources to the community to make sure you are informed on new trends and global trade issues. We have a great network of trade professionals and business professionals, and we make it possible for all of you to engage with one another and to have access to international trade experts. Our members benefit from learning, networking, growing together, learning together. We have, with our OWIT International Network, we have over 2,000 members across 25 chapters and on all the continents. We are open to all professionals in trade and business to join us. Additionally, we have mentorship programs. We support the next generation of trade leaders. We offer scholarship to students studying international trade, and we also support each other's growth. So any type of mentorship you may need, if you're looking to enter international trade career, we are here to make sure you have access to resources and mentors. Please join us at witoc.org. Our membership fee is only $45 at the moment annually, because we have lowered it during the pandemic and we haven't had the chance of going back to the previous fee. So this is the time for you to join us today, and please get involved with us. We have a wonderful board of directors supporting to put together the program. Everybody's here today. Our president, Sidi Kara, treasurer, Charla Marochi, Destiny Broussard, the vice president, and our new secretary, Dr. Sarita Jackson, together with really great advisors, they're supporting our new programs. I would like to also, before we begin, to extend a heartfelt gratitude to our outreach and promotional partners who supported us to spread the word about today's event. Of course, our speaker, Hema Dey, and Jasmine Stinson, her team at Iffel International, for crafting today's strategic session. Our ecosystem partners, Women Presidents Organization, led by Deborah Vale, Marla Noel, and Damaris Reyes from WPO is our advisor. We are very thankful for helping us spread the word. Our partners at the Economic Development Collaborative, Dr. A. Bowman, Alondra, and Andres, they're very supportive of our programs. Of course, our mothership, OWIT International, and our president, Julia Kurt. Also, Los Angeles Area Chamber of Commerce is supporting today's program through their RETAP program. Peter, Sandra, and Maurice are part of my team at the LA area supporting global expansion for California companies. And of course, our great friends at Chapman University, Helen Blanchette and Cynthia West, who are going to support our in-person town hall that you're going to hear about. Additionally, I met two great professors at Chapman University, Dr. Mir, the professor of marketing, and Professor Toplansky, the clinical assistant professor of management science, who are going to also be involved in our town hall in January. I would like for all of you to take a quick note of our WITOC annual mixer celebration on December 3rd at 6 p.m. in Irvine at Andre's restaurant. You're going to all receive an invitation. So if you like today's program, please join us in person so we can meet, discuss, and network. Additionally, I have mentioning our town hall that's going to be in January and is going to be part two continuation of today's program. Very important to meet in person. That's the time where you're going to actually build your 2026 marketing strategy. And we are working to bring to you this in-person event together with our partner, Chapman University, and is going to probably be about half a day. Next, I wanted to also take note, our partner Honor Foundation has a great event coming up on November 5th. And this link you see on the screen, you can learn more about it. It is really the future of creativity. It's about collaboration. It's about working with students, for companies connecting with students, or studying marketing and AI to support your growth. You'll also receive a notification about this event as well. Oops. And next, it is my honor to introduce today's speaker to you. Hema Dey is the CEO of Iffel International, a global marketing firm headquartered in Orange County, California, known for pioneering AI-driven visibility and growth strategies, recognized by Forbes as one of the top 5 AI leaders bringing artificial intelligence to everyone. Hema is passionate about helping businesses learn, unlearn, and relearn in today's rapid changing digital landscape. Her mission is really to simplify AI, reduce fear, and empower professionals to identify new job opportunities, adopt growth mindset, and reset and repivot their business protocols, from branding and sales strategies to closing deals with confidence. Through her SEO to sales framework and workshops, she equips leaders to adapt, innovate, and thrive in an AI-powered world. I'm so excited to introduce Hema Dey to all of you. Hema, I'm going to now hand the virtual floor to you.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Simona. I think that it's more than an honor to be here, to share my research and my implementation work with everyone. And I truly want to echo the sentiments of why I'm here today. When Simona and Sarita and I met a few months ago, things were already changing so fast, and we don't have the luxury to wait any longer. So I've prepared not only slides that will help you think through what you need to be doing now. I'm going to say it not as a fear strategy, but companies that pivot now will have a head start before January. All right. So bear with me while I share my screen. So I've titled this entire presentation, You Are What You Eat, because under the umbrella of simplification, I'm going to take you through the rudiments of marketing planning, which is a subset of your business plan, and how do you apply the formulas, the protocols, the content strategies that AI wants to see. All right. Now, Jasmine Stinson, my operations director, is here. And if you have questions because of time limitations, put them in the chat, and she's actually going to be signaling to me what they are. And then Simona is going to be our moderator with questions as and when I open them up for discussion. All right. Um, you already heard about me. My passion, my first love is about people. Um, and I have had the pleasure of working in 35 different countries. I understand languages in different capacities, but I also understand the language of technology. So I'm the bridge, I'm the translator today to bring you the tools on how to communicate with AI so that you can become friends, so that AI can fall in love with what it is that you're trying to offer as part of your business and your services and even products that you're selling. All right. And the nice thing about what I see right now is that imposters are going to be pushed out. This is a real opportunity. I don't know if you remember when we were in school, when I was in school, my teachers used to say to me, write an essay, but here are 5 books that you need to read first, and then you need to reference those books and cite them. And so now AI wants to know really whether you've earned the right to be who you say you are. And it's all about trust, right? Just in case you fall off and you have to leave early, I wanted you to know that this presentation here is evolving daily. All right. Things might be yet again different in January, but I'm tracking every single change note from all the platforms, and I'm updating them on YouTube. So you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also join our AI Readiness Coaching Program, which is in the QR code here, or you can go to my website, iffelinternational.com, and sign up for our newsletters, or do all of it. I'm on every single channel right now, and I'm sharing every single. I've read the whole dossier from ChatGPT on how to rank on ChatGPT, which is the fastest rising search engine that is in competition with Google. Why am I here? Why did Forbes endorse me? I've been in business now as my own company, Eiffel International, for almost 20 years. And prior to that, I was with corporate New Zealand and growing tech companies at an international stage. So my candor here is not so much to show off my credentialing, but to really be side by side with each and every one of you, each and every one of you, of your context as well, because I'm getting the calls where companies are starting to see a slowdown. They are getting invisible because Google has changed their algorithms. It's no more about the 10 blue links, which I know very well because for the last 20 years, that's all I had to do. It's no longer about keywords, and it's no longer about the backlinks. It's changed 150%. All right, so I'm going to give you all the tools today. I'm very proud to say that in this 20 years and with this AI revolution, which I've been tracking since 2022, we are the first, I think, or one of the first few companies that now can proudly say that we have Team Human on our team and Team AI agents. Okay, so I truly believe in agentic AI, and I don't see it as a threat to jobs. I see it as an opportunity for you to pivot and grow within your roles, and to metamorphosize with AI. Because there are many things that I've learned in programming Emma and Iffy. Emma is my AI client concierge. She answers all my calls and puts it on my calendar. And Iffy is my outbound business development agent. And I can tell her and program her how to call prospects. And guess what? They work 24/7. They speak different languages. They don't have moods. And that investment has paid off already. I'm really proud of this because we have humans. So Jasmine's a human, which is here. And then we have Marissa, Jennifer, and Crystal, and myself, who are humans. But we have a proven working model now of agentic AI on our team. So, our why today? I am speaking a lot. I'm taking all my research to the market because there's a lot of fear. The media talks about job losses as a big thing about AI. It talks about fake news. It talks about a lot of bad things that might happen to you. And they're all true. But I found ways to empower my clients. So I want to make AI simple. I want you to connect the dots between your business plans, your customers' mindsets, what your competitors are up to, and how you actually connect the dots with agentic AI to make it a winning formula for your businesses. I'm hoping that my notes today are going to help inspire you to embrace AI, to take the stepping stones, to get to know what it is that is different and how to apply it to your business. This is not going to be a one size fits all right? And I'll tell you why in a minute, but you need to connect. We need to connect as a business community, as hashtag team human. So we are hashtag team human here, all of us. And we need to make friends with team AI, hashtag team AI. How are we going to do this? And let's get started. Once upon a time, Google was all I had to care about. And this headline here caught my eye. This came out in September. Google only controls 27% of global search. Now, if you put this and ask Google whether Hema Dey is telling the truth, Google will tell you that she's full of it. She's telling lies. But what I did was I went in and I looked at the search numbers on every other platform outside of Google. And that's how this graph got generated because Google, yes, they are still number one, but they have lost so much market share. They control only 27%, which makes up 13.7 billion daily searches globally. But imagine this, that 73% of the rest of the searches are happening on Instagram, on Baidu, on Snap, on Amazon, on YouTube, and LinkedIn, and ChatGPT. And I'm not going to name all the others, but it's happening there not because of anything, but the users, the buyers, you and I, we have decided that we don't want to only be on Google. If we like Instagram, you can see a lot of people love Instagram here. It's 6.5 billion daily searches. So the truth is that with Google losing market share, but holding dominance. So please make a note as you are going through this presentation that Google may control 27%, but it's still an important part of the recipe. Do not ignore Google, but we need to think about these other platforms. So instead of SEO, which used to mean search engine optimization, which was singular, it is now search everywhere optimizations. And because AI is so smart, and some of you are going to contradict me and say, Hema, no, it's not. It's got hallucinations. Every time I ask it something, it tells me something really weird. It goes back to garbage in, garbage out. How you actually prompt the AI is super important. But people are having conversations that go so deep with AI. They're not just treating it like a search engine. They're treating it like a best friend. They're treating it like a trusted advisor. And in a prior conference, a woman stood up and said to me, Hema, ChatGPT is my soulmate. This is a game changer because they're not just searching top of the funnel. They're searching and talking, divulging, and ChatGPT knows everyone's secrets. Google AI mode knows everyone's secrets. So how do we become part of those conversations? How do we make AI trust us? Know, like, trust, and refer us as heroes to somebody's problem. Okay. And this is really truly the name of the game. And so content is no longer king. It's not about just putting up thousands and thousands of blogs. It's about unique content. And I'm going to spend some time now talking about.
Jasmine, did we lose Hema?
I think so. Give me just a minute and I'm gonna message.
What I mean by that.
Hema,
Bear with me. So
We
that
lost you.
tofu
We
stands
lost you
for.
for a moment. We lost you for a moment. If you don't mind to repeat your last thought, your voice
Oh, really? Can you
was
hear me now?
lost. We can hear you now, yes, but there
Okay.
was a moment when we did not hear you.
Okay. So I'm going to go through this very interesting words, tofu, mofu, and bofu. And what I said was, I said you are what you eat, but we're not going to eat tofu, okay? So let's go to what it is. So tofu stands for top of the funnel marketing, right? And I'll give you an example. For me, prior to this, it was all about top of the funnel. Is your marketing keeping pace with AI? That would be a blog topic that I would write. That would be an infographic that I would draw. It would be a short video that I would expand on. MOFU stands for middle of the funnel marketing content when it comes to unique content. So traditional SEO used to be about building little nuggets to support the big top of the funnel messaging, right? Like how to rank on ChatGPT and Google AI mode. That will be middle of the funnel. AI loves this kind of messaging and content. So build case studies, webinars, or videos. Now I'm going to go into videos in a minute, but the ultimate game changer with AI is BOFU, bottom of the funnel marketing. Why? Because if you are able to create answers to questions, to conversations that are happening on AI, then AI is going to say, you know what? We need to use Iffel International to help you pivot since I'm not doing a very good job because AI is very smart. People are using AI now to produce marketing plans. They're using AI to come up with new formulas. But the why and why you still need a human aspect here is because your competitor is going to ask ChatGPT and Google the same request. Give me a marketing plan. So ChatGPT is going to give you and your competitor the same plan. So the team human bit that kicks in here that helps to differentiate you is how do you craft this unique content, especially at the MOFU and the BOFUs, the consideration piece and the decision piece, and I'm going to explain that even further. If your content isn't AI friendly and in all platforms, you're not even in the conversation. I'm going to say this again. If your content isn't AI friendly and in all platforms, you're not even in the conversation. Now, go back to that chart that I said that Google only controls 27% of search. How do you get your content on all those other platforms? When there are multiple generations searching, engagement is now down from 12 seconds to under 3 seconds. And in some sectors which are more competitive, the engagement is under 1 second. How on earth are you going to do it? And it's not one size fits all. So don't do one piece of content and expect it to kind of be copy and paste all over the place. You're not going to engage with the audiences that are on that platform. And I'm going to ask you to write this down. You need to be able to articulate your prospects' problems better than they can. I'm going to repeat that. You have to, as part of your unique content for MOFU and BOFU, articulate your prospects' problems better than they can. And another little secret I'm going to let you in on is every social media network has embraced the same AI technology that you see with ChatGPT and Google AI mode. So every social media platform is a search engine and an LLM, okay, a large language model. So with that said, we have shifted the SEO world from keywords to trusted answers in conversations. And some of you who are getting your feet wet into this, you're going to see acronyms like AEO, GEO, LLMEO. I'll tell you what they are. AEO stands for Answer Engine Optimization. GEO stands for Generative Engine Optimization. LLM is the Large Language Models Engine Optimization. And then you have AI SEO. And then, of course, with us at Iffel International, we have AI SEO sales. They all mean the same thing. Now, generative engines like LLMs are answer engines. Why? Because I just explained, people are having conversations. So the trick now is to have those answers, those unique content pieces, and move away from keywords. Gone are the days where you can stuff keywords onto your website, stuff hashtags, stuff backlinks from a farm in Vietnam. That is not the right strategy. And if anyone tells you to do that, you are not going to be seen. You're going to be invisible. And in a matter of weeks, this is going to be very prevalent with businesses. I'm already seeing it with some of the prospect calls that are coming in, that their phone calls and leads have dried up. All right, so this is a very serious situation. So it brings me to, how do you create all of this? And this is what I mean by you are what you eat. EAT is a Google philosophy, a Google rule of thumb, a Google formula on how to win with AI. The first E stands for experience. Now, if you don't have experience, and some of us are new to the field, right? You just graduated, but you have something to offer. Be honest about it. Be honest about it and talk about it in an authentic way. But if you have 30 years of experience, demonstrate that. Demonstrate that in case studies. Demonstrate that with testimonials from people. And I say this with my personal experience with ChatGPT. About a year ago, I asked ChatGPT what it thought about me. And it said, oh, Hema Dey is very good at what she does, but everything's just on her website. There are no validation of her work from anybody else. I said, that's not true. And then ChatGPT said, yes, it's true. Most of her testimonials are on her website, but I can't verify if those testimonials were written by her or by the person that says they endorse her. I was so shocked. I was shocked. So I said to myself, now I have to get third-party elements to validate my experience and my expertise, the double E here. All my awards and my certifications have to be validated. So I invested in media relations. I now have articles on Forbes, on also on all the major channels, but that editorial endorsement based on what they see and what they read and what they can actually put their hands on their heart and say yes, endorse, has won me credibility on ChatGPT and Google AI mode, right? And this cuts across to Perplexity, it cuts across to Grok, and Claude as well. So that endorsement and validation on your experience and expertise, don't feel, some of you are professors, and sometimes chat and AI can and be cruel at the same time, because if it doesn't see the validation out in the public sphere, they're not going to endorse you. They're not going to say that you're great at what you do. One of the things that I'm working towards, and it's really hard to get on, is Wikipedia. Wikipedia is a great place to get a listing on, and I'm working on that with more built up research and publications to build my authoritativeness. So that's the A in EAT, consistent branding. And we're going to talk about this a little bit more in depth and in the workshop as well, on how to build your authority in the marketplace and whatever it is that you do, right? I'm encouraging business owners now to really pay attention to what your why is. What value are you bringing to the table when AI is actually talking about what you do on your behalf and all your competitors? What is your value proposition as team human? What is your value proposition as a business? And once you get to that finish line on what it is and how it is that you complement AI, brand yourself accordingly and make sure that you have consistent branding right across all your assets. All right. I've seen clients where on Google they have one story, on LinkedIn another story, on their website it's another story. AI doesn't have patience. There's no forgiveness and there's no patience with AI. They will go to your competitor. And last but not least, the T in EAT is trustworthiness. Have clear information about you, right? Make sure you have reviews on Google My Business, on Facebook, on Instagram, wherever. Trustpilot is another one that has been crawled on because it has good data structures on there. And for some of us that are more in the public arena, public relations is super critical as well. And we advocate for public relations and media relations as part of the validation tools to your visibility. So I came up with the 4 V's in all my formulation for each client now that I really focused on is visibility and validation, which I just talked about. But the underlying rules that I try to follow is veracity, the trustworthiness in your brand. Don't BS. AI will pick up on it. Don't copy and paste. Use AI as a guide for your writing, but make sure you highlight your values. This veracity and values formula is not easy to do because you have to search deep into your soul as to what it is your why is, so that when you get visible and you get your validation, the runway is set up for you to get those leads. Okay? So it's a handshake. It's a handshake between us team human and team AI or team machines. Okay? For visibility, it's you have to be discoverable by both. You have to be discoverable by the humans who are bombarded daily with so much content and they don't know who to believe. So they're going to machines to validate. They're going to machines with every single problem that they have. Unfortunately, AI has also led people down the bad path. When we've seen in the news how a teenager shared his feelings with ChatGPT and committed suicide. So we don't want that either. So ethical guardrails on how you bring your value, your brand, and your messaging is absolutely critical. And I'm a real advocate around that. You need to optimize content for AI search. I'm going to go into details on one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of companies are doing right now is assuming that our website is a number of pages put together. Your website is now an agentic AI tool that is used to communicate from team human to team AI. So if you don't have the right data structures on your website, if it doesn't load fast enough, then AI is going to just skip you because it's only seeing black walls. And I'll go into this a lot more detail in a minute. The choice is to be in the conversations or not, so you better have the right schema. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute as well. Humans to follow up with humans. When you get a lead, when AI has referred you, follow up with the human. If you don't have a human, ask Emma, my Emma. She'll do it for you. Because the urgency and the expectation now is like, what if you've played on ChatGPT or Grok or any of these AI platforms, you get your answers in milliseconds. Pretty amazing answers. So if the human's not going to keep up with that and echo the sentiments of AI, then you're going to lose that lead. So being visible is not just in conversations, but being visible is the opportunity where it's a moment of truth. When you are presented, don't let AI down, because the minute you get that bad review, that validation goes away as well. So visibility, validation, this is a handshake between Team Human and Team AI. So we talk about you are what you eat. We talked about the EEAT principles and the unique content that AI loves. So trusted content for search everywhere optimization is number one. So this goes back to your value proposition, your values that I talked about. Visibility drives awareness. If you're not visible, you don't exist, period. And I'm seeing this. This is not a one size fits. Multi-format, number two, multi-format presence is important. Text, video, audio, and images. So don't assume that it's just blogs. And I'm going to give you another statistics in a minute. That's going to probably blow your mind away. You have to have a nice mix of content that is unique. Why? Because AI needs to know that you are real, that you are not fake. It doesn't want to lose trust with its best friend, the human. Okay, so authentic conversational content is important. If you're going to start with some flowery conversation, you're going to lose the meaning and the problem that you're trying to solve, and AI is going to say, this is all too complicated. Authentic conversational content is what you need to focus on, and support that with the brand authority and trust through digital PR, so that what you're saying out there, you are a trusted advisor yourself. If you have a local presence, and most of us do, your local AI SEO strategy has to be spot on as well. It's no longer just about Google Business, Google My Business profile, all right? Make sure you open up Bing, Apple Maps. If you are a lawyer, make sure you're on all like Justia or Avo or FindLaw or Martindale. If you need to be on a listing on WITOC, but the key here is to make sure that your branding and your messaging is kept consistent right across every single platform. Make sure that there's a connection back to your website so that the dots connect for the AI. You can put these listings and entities on your website with the right data structures. If you have reviews on your listings here, make sure they're visible on your website too. And if there's social and community engagement, share it. Get people to share and spread the love of your brand and the value and the authenticity of what it is that you do. Measure and refine. Trustpilot. I'm going to give you this as a tip today. Trustpilot has structured their platform and is well loved by AI. If you can get reviews on Trustpilot, I would do that, because AI favors the way they are doing it. And post updates weekly. A lot of you don't know this, but on Google My Business, you can actually post, just like social media, another social media platform. You can post updates on there. You can put your product information on there. You can actually hook it up with WooCommerce and sell products on there. So the integration of that local presence with the global AI scene goes into a real hand in hand, and it truly supports both visibility, validation, veracity, and supporting your values. Here's that stat I really want to share with you. Nobody reads anymore. This made me quite sad, because I like to read. and I like to write, but nobody reads anymore. So if I look at the statistics on time spent per day on different content types, videos are getting a lot of love at 154 minutes a day, followed closely by podcasts at 53 minutes a day, and articles at 16 minutes. So now you're going to, don't jump to conclusions. Do not jump to conclusions that you don't have to write blogs. This is about reimagining how you create content. When I saw that statistics for videos, it made me cringe because I thought I had to start to dance for TikTok. And I'm not going to dance for TikTok. I thought this is the end of my marketing career. So I went deeper, and I'm going to share with you another statistic. All right? Oops, wrong number. The good news is that it's not TikTok that's number one, it's YouTube. YouTube is owned by Google. And if you are familiar with YouTube, YouTube has really, really re-engineered their algorithms to mimic TikTok for short videos. And they have three key sections. One, long form videos, which is what's taking all the conversions over, and then short form videos, which is part of SEO. And then they also have a section for podcasts. So I really would love for all of you to make it an actionable item after this, to scrub your YouTube channels, to make sure that your brand and your values and everything are consistent on there as well, and start getting on videos right away. Now, those videos can be repurposed on LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, but you need to understand your audience. The Gen Zs like videos in a certain way. The baby boomers like it in a different way. Who is your audience, and how are they going to receive this information under the umbrella of EAT is what you need to be asking yourself, right? So you've done all this content. You've got the EEAT formulation done. You've got the 4 V's in place, and you feel very confident about your strategy. Now what? You still need the communication tool between Team Human and Team AI. AI does not go to bed with you. AI doesn't chit chat with you unless you chit chat with it, but it's not going to still understand what it is that you do. It's not going to be able to believe you if you say you're the best at what you do. So my candor to you today is websites on agentic AI. Make sure you choose the right platform with vigilance. Schema.org is my Bible. It's actually AI's Bible too. So if your website complies with schema.org, which is the data structures, the translator between human information and what AI wants to learn, how it learns from your website, then make sure you have that. And if you don't have that, don't expect to be seen. You will be invisible. Okay, and this applies to schema for facets of um, uh, to be machine readable, and that's your bio, on your website. If you have products, make sure the schema for each product is set up correctly with the author on blogs. And a big section here that I've spent a lot of time programming myself. Yes, I'm a geek. I do a lot of technical work as well. Your technical FAQ schema needs to be spot on. Why? Because if you're able to formulate answers on your FAQ schema, it meets the requirements of answer engine optimization. They look at it as quick answers to questions that you can find out what, and I'm going to give you some formulas in the workshop, how to actually establish the kinds of questions or the patterns of questions that people are asking about the kinds of problems you solve so that you can provide FAQs on your website to teach to be machine readable as part of answer engine optimization. If you have a Wikipedia page, wonderful. Make sure it links back to you to Crunchbase and LinkedIn inside your schema as well. I highly encourage you to have AI chatbots on your website and make sure it comes with JSON scripts. Now, if you don't know what that means, message me, but it's a little bit too complicated for me to explain here in the session. But JSON scripts are friendly for AI. And once you set it up, these AI chatbots are going to be able to go back and forth and communicate with AI technology as well. From an SEO hygiene perspective, write your meta titles and descriptions based on search intent. So don't write it just because you think someone might know, but do the homework on each piece of content that you're putting out there and write the meta titles and descriptions based on search intent, as if you're answering a question. Use easy to understand tables and charts. Now, when I say tables and charts, I'm not talking about beautiful graphics. Imagine if you have this, I don't know if you can see my water bottle here. Imagine this being a graphic. If you don't break this down into code that, or schema, I should say, that the machines can read, it's going to read this as a block. So whatever information you're putting on those graphics, it's not going to be read easily. So make sure it's a flat structure with the tables and charts. Do comparison tables to make it easy, yes or no, good and bad. And then maybe suggestions as a third column. Make sure your H1, H2, and H3 tags are clear on every single page. These are tags to help with headings and subheadings, bullet points, visuals, so that AI doesn't have to second guess what it is that you're trying to do, right? And if you have videos, optimize those videos on your website as well. Bring in, cross-pollinate YouTube with your website. Just like you see ChatGPT answering your questions really fast, your website has to be loading at super fast speeds. Do a test every single week if you can. I'm doing this for all my clients. I want us to be the fastest loading websites out there because AI will skip you. Make sure it's mobile optimized because AI doesn't want to let down its friend, its user. It wants to bring that information really, really quickly to them. Maintain security and firewalls. I cannot stress this enough. Some of the phone calls I'm getting are people getting hacked. They're playing with so many different AI tools. They're not keeping SEO hygiene with maintenance on their websites, and they're getting hacked. So imagine investing in all the content, the unique content and the validation out there, and now you get hacked with a ransomware and you've lost your digital VP of sales and marketing, which is your website, your AI agent, your number one branding asset out there. Don't underestimate cybersecurity in this world of AI. And this is my candid to you because I've seen way too many people get burnt. And then build your knowledge graphs. Build your authenticity on your website. Make sure there's a connection with EEAT and the 4 V's on all your platforms. And we've already talked about that. As I'm not going to go into depth with this, but as part of this evolution with AI, we're going to see stable coins come into the mix. I wanted you to know that I have tracked crypto from its inception and now stable coins. and it is a method of payment. Do not say no to these currencies. The stable coin is now pegged to the US dollar. It's going to be great for international trade and domestic trade as well. It's a form of payment. So don't ignore it. And some people can pay in Bitcoin as well. If you've been tracking what's happening with Meta, they just released a really nice Ray-Ban and Oakley glasses where you can talk to your glass now. And so the future of content is also going to be in real estate, that's going to be in glasses, and it will tell you where to go and what to do, and you can do searches on there. So your data structures and schema doesn't just stop here in today's environment with smartphones and computers. It's going to go into glasses. In fact, this is for sale. It's $299 for the glasses, and then it's they have a Neuralink on the wrist, and you just move your fingers, and it gives you the nearest restaurant, or helps you to assess the wind condition if you're playing golf. So it's really smart technology, and voice recognition is very much a big part of this era of AI. So with that said, we're going into the workshop part of our session here today, and I wanted to give you a taste of how to start your business plans or your marketing plans or your sales plans to really gear up for this. But I would love to see what questions anyone might have for about 5 minutes before we start this session.
Thank you, Hema. Wow, so much learning. And I was just trying to encourage all of you to please feel free to ask questions during the workshop so we can ask Hema all questions at the end. There is really no small or big question when it comes to AI and the fast, rapid changes. We do have a question from Manny, and he would like for you to talk about how running AI marketing ads on different platforms will be a game changer when it comes to increasing revenue.
Yes.
And then also David Harlow has a question. He raised his hand, so he would like to ask it using his voice.
Okay, thank you. The ads platform has changed tremendously. Google Ads has rolled out a super duper AI to go hand in hand with Performance Max, and they have a demand gen ad campaign with YouTube videos as well. The CPCs have gone up tremendously, so it's really important to understand what your budgets are. But Meta, believe it or not, Meta ads are doing better than Google right now, as of today, because it's more stable. The approvals that are happening on Google take a long, long time. And the answer is, if you want to do ads, do it well or don't do it at all. Meaning, have the money to do it or don't do it at all. David, go ahead.
Yes, thanks a lot, Hema. Nice seeing you again, and I really appreciate this. So the question I have is for my company. We definitely have been aggressive with the traditional SEO that obviously is now shifting. And one of the biggest changes that we've seen is the clicks ratio is just almost bottoming out. And I know that has a lot to do with ChatGPT and those AI versions not having connectivity or resonating with Google. And so it's caused things to flip upside down a little bit. But maybe you could speak to that and what people like myself should be looking at more than the clicks versus the conversions. How do we measure our success in making sure we're marketing to the and making an impact, because it's not the traditional click versus conversion concept anymore.
That's a really excellent question, David. And I'm seeing CMOs and CEOs firing their heads of marketing based on the click performance. And because we are now part of conversations, and if you're a trusted advisor that AI likes, it's going to present your data right there and there on the Google AI mode. And let me tell you this, the conversions are so high and higher value that there's 0 clicks to your website. Okay.
Yeah.
So the trick now is to watch both clicks, but also your impressions. If you're not getting impressions, then you're doing something tremendously wrong. Your schema is really off, and you're not aligning visibility and validation to be favored on AI platforms, right? The 10 blue links is gone on Google. So to be on Google AI mode or ChatGPT, I'm talking about ChatGPT and Google today because it's the platforms that are fighting for attention, right? Um, and ChatGPT is growing so fast. They've just integrated a shopping platform on there with Walmart, and if you have the right data structures, you'll be seen. But imagine not going to your website and converting a client because the trust currency on AI is so high. So look out for the leads. That's why I really emphasize that when you do get referred by AI and there's a lead, go after it right away because it's a high trust referral that's coming to you, which means you've done a great job with your unique content formulation.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Anyone else?
We do have one more question. Google Business is based on brick and mortar locations only, question mark. I am a service business in accountancy, accounting department and business management, boutique, small corporation, individual since 1994. Up until now, only word of mouth. Am I out or in?
Are you out or in terms of getting more business?
Yes.
Um,
And because she's using Google Business. And Pamela, feel free to
yeah,
unmute yourself. Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
I can't have a Google business because they want proof of location.
Oh, I see.
And I work from home or wherever home is, you know. I go to different locations for different reasons.
yes.
But I
So
do need to grow, you know. I need I'm trying to create a whole new business for myself with additional services that I've been doing, etc. I need to grow my business basically and do something else besides the phone rings and I get a new client, you know.
then I think the authentic piece of this that I would encourage you to do is be honest about that, Pamela, on your data structuring on all fronts, on all platforms. And then make sure that you have a way, a mechanism to get those reviews by external validation. So Trustpilot could be something that you use, for example, to work up your way in the digital PR space, to get your articles published, to get editors to really know, like, and trust your content so that it's published, so that your authority is not just at a local level, but it's at a global level.
Mhm.
Now, global doesn't mean the whole world, but outside that local sphere of that maps, right?
Okay.
I hope that answered that. Anyone else?
Thank you.
We have Kaz from Virtual Hair Care. Kaz, would you like to unmute yourself and ask him a question?
Yeah, sorry. Thank you so much for your presentation. It's amazing. A couple of things that you said were very interesting to me. One is to write content like you're answering a question. So based on that, we recently, this last 3 weeks actually, we haven't launched our Amazon. We're redoing our Amazon page. And we did pull a lot of information from a AI platform. In other words, we sell hair care and it might be vegan or so what is vegan? And we're trying to explain vegan. I found the language when we ran the whole website, Amazon page through AI. The language was really intense English. And when I shared that with people I know, they had a really hard and not understanding the language itself, but it's a little bit too much of a language of English, a higher level of English speaking vocabulary. So, and then, so when I was reading it, I thought, well, it sounds great. It sounds very intelligent. It's amazing. I don't know if it's going to sell product. I think the regular consumer might be turned away from that. I don't know. We have to launch it and see what happens. But just now, well, a few minutes ago, you mentioned about writing content like you are answering a question, which is how I used to, what we have on our website right now and our Amazon page. So do I go back to that or try to launch Amazon with this AI information that we have? It sounds fantastic. I feel like the King of England, like I wrote that, so.
So I'm going to go back to communication 101. Encoding and decoding between humans have to happen in the simplest way possible, that when it's received, it digests, and engagement now is under 3 seconds. Your sector, by the way, for hair care is under 1 second. All right. So the trick now, and I'm going to give you some prompts during the workshop, is to really understand the kinds of questions that your customers are asking and give it to them in a way that they can engage in breadcrumbs of 1 second, 1 second messaging, right? So the king's and the queen's English that you just sounds lovely, but if it doesn't get decoded in the right way, you're going to lose that engagement.
Okay, I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I was concerned about that, so I'm glad you said that.
And I'm going to go one step further. ChatGPT just launched their shopping algorithm with Walmart. And if you have the schemas correct on your website, it will get read by ChatGPT. But the Amazon listings that you have are at risk with ChatGPT because Amazon, for some reason, they didn't want ChatGPT to crawl on Amazon. So be mindful of that if you want to really have another additional funnel, that your website has to have the data structures and not rely purely on just Amazon. I call this the end of imperfect competition between Google and Amazon. The users have spoken, as consumers and buyers have spoken, that we want diversification. And here it is. It's here.
Incredible information,
Amazing.
Hema.
Thank you so
We
much.
do lots of work ahead because we have a question from our Kiwi, Anna, who cannot use the video and the voice, she said, but she's a small business in Christchurch selling point of sale equipment and card payment terminals to small, medium-sized businesses in New Zealand. We have some very good Google reviews and a website, but we are doing nothing else regarding marketing. Where should we start? And I think this is a great getaway into your workshop. And
Yes.
maybe at the end, we can take some more questions. If you would like to wait for a few more minutes, and if Hema graciously might give us a few more minutes, maybe we could take some more questions at the end, but I will hand it over to you for the workshop, Hema.
Yes, I think let's go into the workshop, which will answer your question, Anna. And I hail from Christchurch as well. So very nice to meet you. Now, I developed a process called SEO to sales, and we're not going to, you can take a screenshot of this, and I'm going to give you snippets because we don't have a lot of time today. But this is truly the runway of where you need to really start with is your profit strategy. Go back to your values. Understand who your customers are. Understand who your key competitors are. And then do the gap analysis and actually understand what it is that makes you truly different in the world of AI. Keep in mind that AI, the conversations that you used to have with top of the funnel marketing when people came to you is now done by AI. What is this? What is that? Da 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 da. Everything is being answered by AI. How are you going to fit into that model? And then design your architecture for your website, your branding, your messaging, and your content strategy. All right, so this is the runway. So as part of this exercise is I'm going to get you to write this down. What are your 3 business goals for sales and marketing in 2026? And all of you are going to say, I want to grow. I think that's great. Grow in what? I'm going to give you 2 minutes to think about your 3 business goals for sales, your sales targets, and based on EEAT and the 3 V's, 4 V's, sorry, what is it that you are going to prioritize as your goals? This is an area too that if you do it correctly, I'm seeing that $5 million businesses go to, they're gunning for 20 million. They want to be in middle market. If you are a startup, if you play your cards right and get in now, you are able to get to the 1 million goal next year. But are you prepared to do what it takes to make AI fall in love with you? Right? Then I'm going to, this is a nail-biting experience. I would like you to open up 2 different engines, maybe Google AI mode and also ChatGPT. If you like Perplexity, go right ahead. I love Perplexity. Perplexity is a combined technology between Google AI and ChatGPT. So it's a baby of those 2 big engines. And then I want you to prompt this. Ask it, what do you think about? And then put your brand in there. And then pretend that you're a potential customer and say, I have an issue with, and name the problem that you solve every single day. Is there and then your kind of business in your location that can help me? Let's see whether you pop up. I don't see anyone biting their nails, but I see very serious faces today.
We are all working over here, Hema.
Yeah, I know. And then if one of you wants to share, I mean, share with me. Did you come up favorably? Do you have good or bad reviews? Is your name there?
I mean, I just did it for my company and I got a long answer on what do you think about Samara's Tray brand?
What did
And
it?
I got a what to sharpen, 3 bullet points. I got a tagline options. I got some additional tagline options, proof points to spotlight, and some I'm selecting 1 paragraph boilerplate. I need a 1 paragraph boilerplate to add, and a 15-second elevator sentence.
So this is where I'm going to encourage everyone to not take that information verbatim, but use your critical thinking and apply EAT and re-examine this. And I'm going to give you more prompts to really look at. So we looked at Simona's outcome. Now I'm going to pick on somebody else. I want you to, let's go into your competitor review. Again, pick 1 or 2 engines and then think of the 1 competitor that's a pain in the ass and taking away business from you. Ask AI, what do you think about, and put the brand of that competition, of the competitor, sorry. And then role play. I have an issue. Put yourself as a customer. I have an issue with the problem that you solve. And put your competitor's brand. Is your competitor better than, and put your brand. And I'd love somebody else to tell me their result. Anyone want to volunteer? Simona, do you want to facilitate that?
Yes, I'm going to call David. David, I'm going to see if you have done the exercise. David Harlow, welcome in. Let us know what your competition is doing and what is ChatGPT saying about your competition.
Or which platform you use, David?
So ChatGPT is what I use most commonly. I was just getting ready to put it in. I was a little distracted there. So let me do that right now.
Okay, do that. In the meantime, if we have anybody else, Manny, you've been very active in the chat. Have you done the exercise? Manny Lomeli. I've asked Manny to unmute. If anybody else has done the exercise, please just unmute yourself. We're curious to hear what your competition.
I haven't, so I'm sorry.
Come on,
I'm trying to
Manny.
I'm trying to multitask with my questions. Sorry.
No worries, no worries. I'm waiting for you then, David. I'm coming back to you.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you a
so
break.
yeah, so I just did it and it recognizes that my competition knows that I'm part of the NAFTZ. Company has its own newsletters, public partnership with a couple other municipalities. Company is not accredited by the Business Bureau, Better Business Bureau. The implications suggest our competitor thinking that we're seen as credible, specialized positioning, opportunity for differentiation, and possibly vulnerable spots competitors might exploit. And it gives me a list there.
Wonderful. Okay, that's a good start. So now you can build on that, right, David?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and so now I'm going to give you a really amazing prompt that I use as to do my market research. And this does not replace true market research, but it's a nice prompt to give you perspective on what those questions are people are asking, right? And this is going to help the hair care company. So you ask ChatGPT, act as a market researcher. What are 10 examples of problem statements? And then put your ideal client or avatar face when, and then the kind of problem you solve in their own words. Each example should be short and concise, starting with the words I need, or I wish, or I want. This is an amazing exercise because it pulls patterns of conversations from the AI engines to give you exactly the kinds of things people are thinking and asking and having conversations about. And this is going to help that hair care company formulate questions and answers as part of your content generation. Actually, all companies. In fact, I would take a screenshot of this slide and use this on a regular basis because you can slice and dice this with any avatar or any prospect. And if you solve multiple problems, then you want to actually have different permutations with what goes into the different sections here. Anyone want to share their findings?
I'm still typing mine in, so give me a second.
That's okay.
Oh, this is so amazing, Hema. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Who was that Manny who talked? Manny, are you done? We're still waiting for Manny to come back. Who else would like to do the exercise, or who's done the exercise? Just unmute yourself and come in, please.
And if people are not doing it, it's okay. But this is a methodology that now you've actually established your positioning and your perception from a reputation perspective about your brand, and then the competition, and there's more to that. And I'm just bringing you a little bit of prompt engineering here, and then the market research on patterns of kinds of questions that you can start to formulate to meet the needs of your prospect, all in the name of getting more sales and leads.
Hema, would you like me to jump in? It's Tom Feeney.
Yes, go ahead, Tom.
Hi, Hema. How are you? Hello, everyone. My name's Tom Feeney. Hema already works with and for me. So I'm sitting here listening to all this magical stuff she's been teaching me about. And I actually have been digging around on ChatGPT, which I really don't like, but I see why everyone loves it. I've historically marketed on Google, have been relying on Google, and I can testify that Hema has educated me a great deal on how this new world is working. And I've seen it, and it's working for us. It's an uphill climb, but it is certainly working. So when I go on to Medical Insurance Today, my question for you, Hema, is the broad name of Medical Insurance Today. That's my health insurance agency in California, Medical Insurance Today. When I typed in my name, Medical Insurance Today, it came up as it went into a long dissertation about nothing to do with health insurance. It didn't pick up my name specifically, but then I defined, in Costa Mesa, and we show up quite well. We do need to edit a couple pictures. Some of the pictures that are showing up are not ours. I don't know where they came from. So ChatGPT, I think, is a work in progress. We are on top of our competitor, though. So my question to you is the labeling of brand names, especially in my case, Hema. How do you see that playing out in the future as we grow and develop this continual backend with the data that we're constantly writing?
Yeah, I think twofold. One thing I think maybe let me explain a little bit about what schema is. I just recently did a video tutorial on what schema. Schema is that translator on your website, which communicates between team human and team machine. And the best way I can describe this is that if you think of going to a supermarket and you're walking down the cereal aisle, and imagine those boxes, and you want to find chocolate. I love chocolate. Chocolate, gluten-free, low fat, no sugar. But you're walking down this aisle, and there are no labels on the boxes, just colors. How on earth are you going to know which box has what you want, right? So the trick now is for schema is the same thing. AI is going down the aisles of all data sets that are out there. And if you don't have the right schema explaining exactly what it is that you offer, for who and for what reason, and it's not validated, then the schema is going to fail as well. So the schema piece is so important. Think of it as labeling each piece of data structure on your website so that AI actually understands what it is that you sell. Now, to go back to the branding perspective on medical insurance today, and because in California, Medi-Cal is now tarnished, Medi-Cal is spelled as medical. So you have a tug of war there. So the importance here is to really educate the AI bots through digital PR, but also through all the assets on what is the difference between Medi-Cal with the hyphen, big CAL, and medical insurance today, and the offer and the value. Again, I go back to the era of value proposition. And right now, AI is able to answer basic health insurance questions. Actually, not just basic, intermediate, and advanced. The question really is that can it close and sign somebody up for more insurance or their renewals? And if you are validated by third parties, if you are validated with 5-star reviews on Trustpilot or Google My Business or whatever it is, and there are testimonials not on your website alone, but in external sources, on videos, on KTLA 5 maybe, with an article on how you really help save people from losing Medi-Cal and getting back on the bandwagon with health insurance. That's the validation level that AI is looking for. They don't want to trust anyone just verbatim on what they're saying on their website. So this is very, very important to go back to bottom of the funnel marketing and middle of the funnel marketing and create data structures that are relevant to conversations that are happening on AI. It's a very different mindset, and it's hard to get your head around because a lot of people are still stuck with the habit of, I need medical insurance. Well, now it's not just about medical insurance. It's about going in and saying, I hate my agent. They don't answer me. What can I do? Oh, and AI will try to be that trusted advisor. AI is going to help to be the hero. But at some point, it's not going to be able to do it. So that's where the intersection is for you to come in as the hero. I hope I've answered your question, Tom.
You did, thank you. You always do. I'm intrigued by all this that I'm seeing happening. And the phone's ringing, by the way. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
So the next thing, and then we've got a little bit of time, is, and actually we don't have a lot of time, is I want you to map out your tofu, mofu, and bofu content strategy. Use ChatGPT to help you, guide you, right? But go back to your values again, and then create your tofu, mofu, and bofu. And enjoy that content build out, because it's going to fall into all your listings, but it's also going to fall into your social media. It's going to fall into your website, and it's going to be rolled out as your content calendar for videos, because as you saw, videos is the number one thing, right? And how do you create that handshake between yourself and AI? And I'm bringing back the slide here so that you can actually take a screenshot of it as part of your homework. And when you come back in January, I want to see all your marketing plans. And if you want to share with me in between times, please do so. I'm having coaching sessions that I've developed, so that I can guide and steer business owners. Check your websites. Go to schema.org. If you don't have schema, make sure you get your developer to put it in. If your developer says, I don't know what you're talking about, come here. I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay? Stay connected. I'm putting up a lot of updates on my YouTube channel. I have been forced to be on video, and I'm doing it. You can do it too. Get a microphone from Amazon. And then if you want to join my AI readiness program, here's the QR code. But we also send out regular newsletters to keep everyone updated and abreast with changes. I see change notes every single day from Google and OpenAI, and we're adapting as we see them. So by January, I'll have a different set of slides to share with you as to what has remained and what hasn't remained. And of course, if you need a 30-minute consultation, I'm available. My whole team is available. Everyone's cross-trained at Iffel International. And with that, I'm here to take more questions, should you have any.
We have one more question, Hema. What are your thoughts on AI creating images and copyright issues?
AI does not sign NDAs, okay? Visuals or whatever it is, it doesn't sign NDAs. If you have a very good idea and you want to patent it or trademark it, be very careful what you write on there and what you share on AI. The truth is Hollywood is a threat now. There are actors that have been created, and it's horrible. But the trick now is, as a content creator yourself, what are your ethical guidelines around this? I think it takes each one of us now to be responsible and to call out what's wrong, but be very vigilant with what you trust coming at you from AI, right? There was a band that got on Spotify, and I can't remember the name right off the top of my head, but they got so many million downloads and fans, and I think they won some award, and then the fans just found out that it's all AI. It's not a human. So this is happening, and it's going to continue to happen. What do I think of it? I don't like plagiarism. I think that we are all experts in our own field, and we created unique content, especially if we're going to do all this investment. But it's going to happen. So how do you protect it? Be the person on the videos. Don't substitute yourself with an AI avatar. That's my promise to myself. Even if I look ugly and old, I'm going to continue to do it because I want to be the voice. I want to be Hema Dey. I want to be unique out there. And I want to encourage you not to be afraid of videos because it's one way to keep your authentic self out there. Anything else?
We have Kaz made a statement, AI images, as long as you pay the agency for the content, you can use it. Of course, and I want to encourage others to please unmute yourself and ask a couple questions. David has his hand raised. David, we're
Hema,
ready for a question.
yeah, Hema, one question I had was to follow up on Pamela's from earlier about not having a brick and mortar. And so we actually have a couple locations, one location in Vegas that we don't actually have employees at, but we use Regis. And I spent $500 a month for a Regis office that I use occasionally. That allowed me to have a landing page for my website. It allows me to market because we do a lot of business in Vegas. That seems to be more of an old school way of doing things. What's the new version of an AI version that would allow me to have that same presence without having to physically lease an office to establish myself locally?
So let's go back to the fundamentals of AI when we're building a trust currency, right? I also don't have a physical location, but I have an equivalent of a Regis. But I'm very honest about that.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I'm very honest about that. And Google is actually, I'm in dispute with Google right now because they want me to be there and to video myself and to verify this office that I have. But I'm telling Google, I have this office as a meeting place, but I don't have a physical office. So I'm going through that exercise with Google right now, and I think Google's going through a state of a lot of changes as well. So how do you get around this? Is I say it very clearly on my website, on all my rhetorics, on all my platforms. Is we do have an office where we can meet and greet, but we can meet on Zoom, but we can also go to your location, should it be necessary. But that's the place where we get our mail, and this is where we can have meeting rooms and yeah, and host people there for events as well. But it's not the main office. I think the trust piece is what I love about AI, because if you build trust and you are authentic, that's what it's looking for.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
That was a great closing, Hema. So thank you. Thank you so much for sharing not just your AI expertise, but really your vision, your roadmap on how to lead with relevance, with clarity, with confidence in this rapid changing world. And what I've learned today and confirm again is that AI isn't replacing marketers or strategists. It's amplifying those who adapt. And this new concept you talked about today, to be seen by AI and trusted by your audience, and the fact that we need more than content for that. We need content that's structured, content that's strategic, that is scalable, and the critical things you taught us today. The schema markup, I had no idea about that. Making sure that our content is machine readable. AI knows who you are and what you offer and why it matters. If you follow this scheme, what a great, incredible insight. I'm so excited to go and read more. And you mentioned the JSON scripts with AI chatbots. I need to Google that more and learn more about it. Keeping your technical SEO hygiene. What a great, just the sound of my technical SEO hygiene must be clean and load fast and smart formatted and must have clear answers. And the other one was building knowledge, graph presence. Okay, I never thought of that either. But the one thing to stay with me, and I want everybody to take it home today, is be able to articulate your customers' problems better than they can.
Correct.
How amazing is that? So I really hope that all of you, if you love what you learned today, that you're going to join us in January for the in-person AI Town Hall with Hema Dey, where we're really going to work on your 2026 visibility strategy with intention. I love that Hema Dey has taught me this new word, with not just tools, but with intention. So we're excited to see you again in January to go in more in depth into these topics and to actually put them in action. And just thank you again, Hema, for sharing your wisdom with us. Thank you all for joining. And I'm ready to lead the next chapter with AI by our side, but strategy at the center, right, Hema?
Yes, yes. I want to encourage you not to leave this as a 2026 to-do item. Please start on this now. I'm really, if there was one thing that I would do a plea for, is don't get left behind.
Thank you so much. And I put some links in the chat for Hema's website. And Hema, I'm asking some of my clients to just call your AI agent, Emma, on your website and have a conversation and tell Emma that Simona Rasek has told me to give you a call to see what you can do. Because I want them to learn the importance of having an AI agent responding and answering some of the questions about what Hema Dey does. So I think, for those who are curious, have a call with Emma.
Yes.
It's really, I had a great call with Emma before setting up this event today. I actually talked to Emma and I asked Emma, what does Hema Dey does? Can you tell me a little bit more? How do I get a meeting with Hema Dey? I really want to set up an event with Hema, and she helped me set up this meeting and make this event happen today. So that was fascinating. Additionally, we have our WITOC membership link. Please join us so you can join our next events, and especially our annual gala in December 3rd at 6 o'clock at Andre's Restaurant in Irvine. Great place to meet in person and to talk about all the learnings of 2025. Lots of learnings. And then also our partner event on November 5th, check it out. It's an in-person event at USC. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you in January at the in-person town hall, where we'll have a lot of information coming your way via email before then. But again, thank you all. And look at this, we have, how many are in the room? 29 have stayed with us all the way to 5:39. So
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Well, thank you, Amma, and thank you, Simona. This is Abir from BioVage. It was very clear and right to the point.
Thank you, Beer. So great to hear your voice. And I hope to see you in December at the
Yes,
party networking. Wonderful.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Mega. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Yes,
Bye.
Simona. Thank you, Hema.
Bye. You're very welcome.
Simona, I'm going to stay on a little bit.
Yes, we could stay a little bit. Sidoni is here. I can't believe I see you here. I miss you, Sidoni.
I'm here, but I have a little one, so I cannot even speak in the background. I'm doing my
No
mom's thing.
worries.
So feel free to exit.
Oh, I
Mommy's
can
on the
hear the
phone.
little one. That's so sweet.
Thank you. Feel free to exit me out of the meeting if you need to, because I'm on
Okay,
2 devices. Thank you.
no problem. Thank you for
Excellent
joining.
program.
Thank
Excellent.
you.
Excellent. Thank you.
Ricardo Cassian, you made it through the end. I'm very happy to see that. I hope you took notes.
He's probably not listening.
No problem. I will probably kick him out. So I'm going to stop the recording now.